live.
We are live. Hey, hey, hey. Join us, join us. It's going to be a special stream. It's
Uh,
Monday, y'all. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome.
yeah,
We'll
it
get
is Monday.
we'll get some people in here in just a moment, but feel free to chat along with us. Ask us questions. We'll do our best to answer it along the way. And we are going to be giving you guys some cool information, some sneak peeks, possibly announcements. Join us, join us. Where are you tuning in from? High five to those who are out of state joining us, out of country joining us. Awesome. We have been doing a lot lately, and so we're prepping for Anime Matsuri 2023, August 10th through 13th at the George R. Brown Convention Center in Houston, Texas, y'all. And we are so looking forward to it. There's a lot of announcements, and you're going to be getting a whole bunch this week as well. We are working on major, major stuff right now. Welcome, welcome. Good evening. It's Monday evening, and I am your host tonight, Denise Trinity Lee, also the founder and chairman of Anime Matsuri. Welcome. And you are, sir?
And I am John Lee. Nice to meet everybody. I see a lot of familiar faces in here.
Yes.
Talking about Eevee. Yes, Eevee
Yes.
is too
Did you
cool.
like that reel today?
Yes, we see a bunch of people here. Jason and Tony. You guys went to the Twice concert this past weekend.
Yes.
We were there on Saturday.
Yeah, it was very nice. Very cool. They were
But
rocking it.
yeah, but lots of people here. David Vega. Hey, how's it going, David?
It's been
What's
a
up?
while. Love the Eevee mascot video. Oh, thank you.
Anna Thomas. How's it going? Michael, how's it going? Yowie Star.
Welcome,
Yowie Star.
welcome.
Why is your name Yowie Star?
Michael, thank you for joining us. Eevee is too cool. I know.
Mhm.
You're going to be seeing Eevee around the convention. So at certain times, can't be the whole time because that's a lot of work. Roaming around with that big costume.
Right.
But
Right.
I hope you guys are getting your cosplays ready because it is going to be quite a weekend. Some of you guys have multiple costumes. Our daughter is doing that, and she is like, "How many cosplays can I cosplay?" How many have you guys done? Do you guys do multiple a day? Some people do actually, is it once a day for the 4 days? How's it work for you? And I hope for your sake you are getting it ready because there's a lot going on that last month of the convention leading up to it, and there's a whole bunch of things I'm sure you're going to be prepping for. Reunion of sorts with your friends and colleagues, but saving up for that exhibit hall and artist alley, among other things. But yes, it is going to be quite a weekend during August 10th to 13th. So do you cosplay? And if you do, how often? I'd like to know. Will anything anime bar related be at the convention? John, yes, the beer garden is hosted by the anime bar, and so is the karaoke lounge. And hence the karaoke battle also is sponsored by the anime bar. So it is going to be quite the rock and roll on that stage. And there is going to be a grand prize of $2,000 cash prize, along with the opportunity to be on stage before the concert on Saturday. The concerts on Saturday, we mentioned. So yes, the karaoke battle champion will be on stage singing his or her heart out.
That is true. That is true. And that's a pretty big stage. It's pretty intimidating. So we can't wait to see who's going to win and what they're going to sing and the performance
Yeah, we're reading your comments too.
on Saturday.
Oh yeah, I have 3 ready. Ooh, Julissa, yes. We're talking about cosplays here. 3 ready, 1 ready, 1, 2 for you, Jay. One cosplay. You know, if you don't cosplay, I guess you're not that cool. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. For those who go to the convention and have not been to the convention, is a great way to observe cosplays, costume in play.
Yeah, let me answer a question real quick. Jay. So Jay is asking, speaking of that, does the winner have a choice whether they could or not perform for the band? Okay, so you're not performing for the band or with the band. You're just performing before the band comes on stage.
And yes, you must. The champion must.
So it's just you and your microphone and the backing track. So the band isn't there yet. So you sing for everybody. You perform for everybody, and then when you're done, then the band is gonna come in on Saturday on the stage.
You must perform on stage. So if you're going to be competing, that is a must.
Yes.
I know. It's hard, right? It's hard to be an entertainer.
It is pretty hard. Okay, so before we go into actual Anime Matsuri discussions, I wanted to just go over something real quick while people are still coming on. I think this is just a good time just to go with it at the beginning. So this is based on a couple of questions that we got on Instagram. Or was it Facebook? Somewhere. It was on social media.
Yeah.
And someone actually asked if Denise and I are related.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah.
Apparently so.
So, yes, Denise and I are related. We've been married since 2005. We met in 2002.
Yes.
Okay. So, I know we do these streams and we're your hosts and we talk about the convention, and sometimes maybe people are wondering, what's the background, what do you guys do and how do you do it? Well, we live here in Houston, obviously. We've been married since 2002 and we have 2 children. We have a son, Jetson, who's 14 years old, and a daughter, Jocelyn, who's 10 years old, right? They go to school here. Houston is our home. We live here. Now, we love to travel and we go to different places, and sometimes we're in Japan. But no matter where we go, and no matter what we enjoy, and there's many things to enjoy, right? This is still our home. So it's still not the same as enjoying something in your home. So it brings us great pleasure to do what we do with the convention and bring just this unique content, shows, activities, concerts to Houston. Because us going to a concert in Japan is not the same as us bringing that band to perform in Houston so we can enjoy with all of you.
Yes.
And this is pretty important to us. We're also we're pretty public, so everybody, I'm assuming everybody just knows we are the owners of the convention. We talk to you guys, and you guys know our faces. We are known. Everybody knows who we are, right? And this is
Not everybody, but
well,
majority.
I mean,
Of
we don't
attendees.
hide who we are.
Yes.
And sometimes when you are when you put your face and your image and your life out there, of course it's you're going to have critics, you're going to have haters. It's because it's
Comes with the territory.
yeah, it comes with the territory. It's because
we know that.
some events and some businesses, you have no idea who owned the business, so you don't know who to attack if something you don't like or whatever. But in this case, yeah, it's us.
And
right?
we get attacked quite a bit.
Yeah. And that's okay.
And that's okay.
Yeah, that's
we're
okay.
used to it.
That's okay. So just to give you guys just a brief story. When we met in 2007, right?
2002.
Sorry, 2002. No, sorry. My brain is off the charts right now. So we met in 2002, right? This is our first picture together.
Oh my gosh, you have it on stream.
This is our first picture together. This is what you see
Look
right
at this
here.
baby face in this picture.
Hey,
without the, you know,
mm,
facial
well,
hair
with the goatee.
too.
Yeah.
That was
Yes.
our first picture together, towards the winter of 2002. Wow.
Yeah. Um, but anyway, that that was that, and you can imagine when we started the convention in 2007, it was pretty crazy because um, anime back then wasn't what it is today, so it
No.
wasn't popular, and not
Not
only was
mainstream at
yeah,
all.
not only was it not popular or not as popular as it is today, and I'm not talking about just among the fandom, because of course the fans of anime are always going to be the fans of anime, but I mean everybody else. So if you walked into a meeting or you walked into a someone's office, a venue, and you talked about, I would like to rent out this facility for an anime convention, and they
They
just
don't know
looked
what
at
it
you so
is.
strange. What is that? What is this? No, 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 no. We don't want this. We don't even know what it is. Is it
It was a challenge.
correct? So there was a lot of paving of the road, which we
Mm-hmm.
did back then, and there was so much explaining and explaining, and we always wanted anime matsuri to be something that all of us could enjoy together. It wasn't like a, something hidden somewhere in a small venue or in a small hotel. No, no, we wanted our say, our, kind of like our own weekend in Houston. This weekend is ours.
Dedicated to anime and Japanese pop culture, which was unheard of back then.
Correct. And then came, the long road of trying to convince all
Companies,
the people, all the powers that be, because it's Houston. You know,
venues,
the yeah,
industry.
the George R. Brown Convention Center is owned by the city. I'm sure you guys know, but if you didn't, now you know. That facility is owned by the city. So is the Hilton Americas. That's
Mm-hmm.
owned by the city.
And all
Uh,
the parking,
Correct.
a lot of
Everything
the
that goes
parking.
on downtown. Now, the Marriott Marquis, that's a franchise. Actually, that's owned by the actual Marriott company, the Marriott family. But almost everything else, other than the Marriott, is owned
Managed, yeah.
yeah, owned and managed by, the city. So if you want to do anything anywhere in the park, on the streets, street closures, and you want to bring food trucks in, and you want to
That was not a thing then.
yeah, you have to get permission from the city. Now we did a lot of firsts, and there was a lot of hurdles. There was a lot of uphill battles. There was a lot of mountains to climb, and here we are. Now, this was a picture when we first met in 2000, in 2002. Now I'm going to show you one from 2 days ago. This is us 2 days ago.
There we are. We've come a long way, right?
Yeah, that's a that's a long way. And we believe in the convention. We love what we do, and it's so important that we keep in touch with everybody. If you see us at the convention, I'm sure you guys have seen us walking around, going around, running around at the convention. We are always on the ground with everybody. We're not hidden somewhere, whatnot.
We're not in
there.
an office.
At the events, we're there. We're just there. We're talking to people and just being part of the event. Same thing. Our children from the time they were babies,
They started coming.
they've been part of the event. And it's important to us. So I'm just putting it out there. Sometimes people also ask us, what is it like working with your husband or your wife, or what's it like working together? Right? This is pretty amazing. We get to work together, and then we get to go on the path that and do something that we love.
Yes.
And this is
It's kind of dreamy in
Yeah.
a sense. So I mean, we one of the first things we told each other that we would commit to doing is travel a lot together, and we didn't think where that was going to take us. So we started traveling a lot, and that's why when we hit Japan together for the first time, we wanted to bring that here to Houston, and so we started our own company. Created this crazy idea of a convention where it was very limited in Texas of what places to do it and whatnot. So it was quite a journey. And this is the 17th annual convention that we're going to be hitting this year. So this is one way for us to not just bring something special, but produce something together. And every year is very rewarding to see so many happy faces. And people also get inspired by what we do, and the look of everything, and the feel of everything, and just what we've accomplished for the city, but also for you guys. And people see that, and we're extremely thrilled and humbled by all that as well.
Yes, and many things at the convention seem not so complicated, right? If you take them at face value. But there was a lot of things that were really complicated to achieve, especially the first time. So even besides just convincing the city to let us host the convention at the George R. Brown, was something like food trucks in 2013.
13 was the first time.
13. Food trucks weren't allowed in downtown vicinity. They just weren't allowed. It was a thing. It was, and I'm not even sure why. But we wanted food trucks. In 2013, we hosted Anime Matsuri at the Hyatt Regency, right, just a few blocks away from the George R. Brown. And we wanted food trucks there, regardless of the food options inside of the hotel,
Yes.
the venue. There's a thing about food trucks. People love food trucks, and you have options, and sometimes they're more affordable, sometimes they're better. But that was such a challenge back then. It was such a challenge to get all the permits and to convince the city to let us
Allow
bring
it.
food trucks downtown. As a matter of fact, that year, 2013, there's some food trucks that have been with us since 2013 because of what we did in 2013.
We've shut down Polk Street, which is one of the major streets in downtown, and we put about, 5 or 6 food trucks then as options for attendees, and it was such a big hit. And it's grown since, and this year we have 15 food trucks participating at Anime Matsuri, but it's now in front of the convention center, which is also unheard of. They didn't allow that before, but we were the first to do that as well.
Yep. Now, speaking of food trucks, here we go. This is a list of the food trucks for this year, for 2023, except one. Right? So there's 15 in total. There's 14 on this list. There's 3 dessert trucks, as you can see. And then there's 12 like gourmet trucks. Right? I'm sure some of you guys are familiar with some of these trucks. The
waffle bus especially, they've been with us for a long time.
They're popular. They're their names speak for themselves.
Yes.
They're all pretty good. A lot of them have been with us for a while, and it's a pleasure, servicing and doing business with local businesses, small businesses like them, and they look forward to the convention
Yes.
all year.
And sometimes some of the food trucks actually became brick and mortar and became popular as well. So, they're no longer a food truck, but they're now brick and mortars.
Correct. So on Avenida, which is a street right outside,
Box and stuff.
yeah, right outside the convention center, this is where we park all the trucks. So there's going to be 15 in total. So you have all the food options inside, like you have the little kiosks and booths inside the convention center.
Yes.
Now those are hosted by the convention center themselves.
Yes, you had to go through the union.
Correct.
Inside.
So you have all of that, and besides that, there's 14 restaurants in like a 2-mile radius,
A lot, yeah.
or just around the convention center. There's about 14 restaurants, and then besides that, you have 15 food trucks. So you have a lot of food options, and the food trucks stay open till late.
2 in the morning.
Oh, yeah, we're talking about 2 in the morning. As long as there's people, they will stay,
Yeah.
and as long as they don't run out of food.
And
they'll
they've
be
learned
there.
to replenish actually as much as they can and fast, so that they can service you guys. So it's really rare. A lot of conventions that have food trucks, the food trucks maybe stay open till midnight, or 10 p.m., but not this late. So we get the permits and everything like that all the way to the middle of the night for you guys. So it's quite a selection, a variety, and these are local businesses that we offer this opportunity to, I guess, also introduce the food and restaurant business to you guys of their own. So it's quite flavorful, and it's very rewarding to see so many of you guys supporting it. So you guys should absolutely, and this is the way to support local business. Here we go. This is Free Ohana, H Town. Pride here.
Yeah, here you go. This is Friana. That's a shaved ice, so it's a dessert truck. It's pretty
Riohana's
popular.
been with us for a while as well. Yes.
Yeah, pretty popular.
And it's so good during the hot summer heat at AM. So it is quite flavorful, as I mentioned, and it's very, very colorful out there with all the food trucks out there. Waffle Buzz. I do eat nearly every single food truck throughout the weekend as best I can. Just nibble here and there whenever I could. But yeah, absolutely. This is a must do, must experience during the convention. So hopefully you guys get I think some of you have been shouting out some of your favorites, like Oh My Goji, Black Market Birria, yes, Waffle Bus.
Oh, the
Burger joint, yes. They've incorporated so many cool things as well, and they're located, different locations. Always good. Last year we started with Tips Treats, and it's yummy, yummy, yummy food. You can't go wrong with food, guys. Just during the weekend. So there's a variety of selections and flavors for you. Yeah, just not burgers, meat. There's chicken, veggie, all kinds of stuff. I'm gonna check to see what. Yes, Tiff's Treats. They started a food truck last year, and we were one of the first big events that Tiff's Treats went out to, and they totally enjoyed it, and they're back at it again with us in front of the George R. Brown.
Mm-hmm.
I believe they have like ice cream sandwiches too, which is amazing. Woohoo! Well, so those are the variety of foods that you guys should experience at AM.
Now, the way we have the food options set up, everything is just food trucks. So we usually take just food trucks, but we are playing around with the idea of having smaller food vendors. The big issue is there's a lot of people at Anime Matsuri, and the outdoor part, anybody can go there, so you don't need a badge to go out there. And usually when Anime Matsuri is happening, there's other things going on, right? Like the
Toyota
Astros.
Center.
The Astros, there's a game on, I think,
At Minute
yeah,
Park.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So there's all of that going on, and you have a lot of people around that area. So people can come and buy food from the food trucks, even if they're not like Anime Matsuri attendees. So there's always lots of people out there. So if you're should I say, a smaller food vendor, right? You're gonna get slammed.
Yeah.
These food trucks,
And if you're not used to the I guess the number of people that arrive
correct
in the area.
Correct. So some of the more like traditional Japanese festival food vendors, they're on a much smaller scale. So
And time too, like,
correct,
because they usually work maybe 8 to 9 hours max in a day. We're talking about the 12 to 14 hours though of non-stop business during anime convention during each day.
So if we put like a smaller food vendor, let's say in the park, for example, in the past, whenever we've done that, they just ran out of products. Like in the middle of the day, they run out of food, and uh, it's not like a food truck where they can just keep going the entire day. And when they start running out of stuff, they bring a supply truck, which brings their products, more stuff,
Yeah.
so they can just continue, making food for everybody. But if you're a smaller vendor and you just have like a tent and you have like like a little prep area and whatnot, if you run out of stuff, then what do you do? But we're trying to see if we can find a balance, because sometimes we think about having more, or just,
More variety.
well, not more variety,
More in general.
we have a lot of variety. It's just the like the Japanese festival food, and we want to include that, but we just have to figure out how we're going to do it so that we don't put a vendor there and they just run out of food,
Yeah, sometimes
in the middle of Friday, and everybody gets sort of like,
I know you guys
pissed off.
experience, outdoor food vendors and stuff like that. Like at the Japan Festival, for example, during the springtime here in Houston, but they're very limited to the hours, maybe 7 to 8 hours of operation, and they bring just that amount for that time period. It's a little bit easier to replenish because it's a huge park area. But here in downtown, you're limited to the space that is the closures, the street closures that we do, but also the other events that go on is much more challenging to bring, replenish. But the food trucks are able to, because they have, a system they go through with their own team and whatnot. So it's different with a Japanese like tented food vendor. So that's always the challenge with that. So we're debating.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, it's not as simple to just get in and out, to restock in the middle of the day. That's it's always a challenging thing, just the way downtown is set up.
Question about cosplay contests. Emails.
Yes, that's coming soon. We still haven't sent out the emails for the cosplay contest or the fashion show yet, but it's happening.
Yes.
It's happening.
Don't
It's
worry.
happening. I know I keep pushing Japan, but it's
Yes.
in the next few days. Okay, have you guys seen? Let me go here. So the website. So the concert page on the website
Ah, yes.
has been updated with Ash the Hero and Gacharic Spin.
Very colorful.
We started promoting Ash the Hero on Facebook. Tomorrow we're going to expand to all the other social medias, and we will announce Gacharic Spin tomorrow.
Wow, look at this. Can't wait.
Now, speaking of promoting the bands, two J-Rock bands, it's like a J-Rock celebration. So if you're
Saturday,
into rock music,
August.
specifically Japanese rock music, on Saturday night, just join us. It's gonna be loud. It's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be rocking.
Yes, and you can access this with your Anime Mitsuri badge. So we're looking forward to it. It's going to be definitely, it's definitely going to be exciting. But speaking of announcing Gacharic Spin tomorrow, how many people here actually speak Japanese? Does anybody here speak Japanese? A little bit.
Japanese is very hard.
So Gacharic Spin sent us an announcement video. We haven't put the subtitles on it yet, but I guess you might get the idea of what they're saying. Here we go. You guys want to see it? So probably this will go up in the next few days, or maybe not tomorrow, but the day after, or sometime before the end of this week. You can see Gacharic Spin. All right, here we go.
Hello, we are Gacharic Spin! I'm Oreo Leona!
I'm Tozo.
I'm ミュージックビデオも見てもらえたらなと思います。
ジュンセ
はい、このねパンデミック以来初海外ということなのでアニメ祭りすごい楽しみにしています。
ルイエーイ No restriction
日本のロックのエネルギーをですねアニメ祭りのステージに持っていきたいと思いますので一緒に楽しんでいきましょう。8月のアニメ祭りで会えるのを楽しみにしています。ガチャニクスピーでした。
They are so excited. They're gonna have a new album out soon too, and
Yes.
They are so looking forward to meeting you guys again, rocking it on our stage, bigger and better, harder. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, there you go. So, did you guys heard the audio, right, on that video? Did you guys hear the audio? And if you did,
Let us know.
who speaks Japanese? Somebody gonna translate?
Yes, they are very cool and colorful and awesome. From my understanding, they said it has been a while since the pandemic, and we can't wait to perform again at AM. Yes.
Yeah, they said a little more than that, Jason. Come on now. Yeah.
They are so excited. Yes, when we met them in Japan a few months back, they're just crazy about Anime Matsuri. Anime Matsuri was the first time they went to the United States back in 2011. And so we were the first to bring them, and we brought them one more time after, and now this is their third time with us. So it's just been really an awesome experience for them, and this journey with them. We see them grow, we see them perform live in Japan. It's just amazing what these girls can do for you guys as well. So it's gonna be really, really cool. I can't wait. It's just another way of bringing Japanese music to you guys live, on stage. And it's not easy, but it's going to be really, really cool.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yes, it was you're right, Bonnie. It was their first show ever when they went to Anime Matsuri in 2011. Yes, they do all kinds of cool covers too. David, yes, I remember the Rod Stewart cover. Tony says the gist is they introduced themselves and got excited to come to the convention. They also showed the area where they will be doing a new music video. Nice. They're so cool.
There. So besides somebody, wait, who was asking about the figurine booths? So y'all gonna have some big figure booths there as well. I'm hoping for Good Smile because I buy a lot of figures from them.
Oh,
I've
there's
seen
so
lack of room in my display case.
There are so many figure vendors this year.
What? Did you run out of room in your display case? So buy another display case.
There's several licensed companies that all will be, I guess, selling all their figures, so it's going to be quite a bit. Good Smile Racing booth we have, and that is going to be right there front and center for you.
Okay, so since you're asking about big, wait, how was this phrased? You're gonna have some big figure booths. Okay, all right. Let me show you a picture from the warehouse, from the shipping warehouse.
Oh goodness. This is some of the merchandise.
I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Is it?
Well, you don't need to comment. Just
Right? It says it for itself.
yeah.
I can't even see it right now because I'm just.
Okay, how
general.
about this one? Well, All right, let's pretend we didn't see those. No, but we did. We did.
Jude, are we sending emails to people in cosplay contests? Only those that made it. And then we will announce that we have emailed everybody already that should have gotten an email. So, because there's a lot of you. There's over 250 applications this year, or submissions this year, and we only have 50 spots. Which we spoke about last stream. We added actually spots because there was such a demand for to be part of the show this year. We normally we're allotted like 40, but we condensed the cosplay contest to make it so that we can have more candidates.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Okay, so Blu-ray Anarchy, studio news. Yes, there is studio news. Just be patient. Just wait. There's lots of things being worked on.
You guys want to know everything all at once.
Yeah, I know.
But it's hard because we have to wait for Japan and the companies that want to introduce and also announce with us, and that's always the thing we have to deal with as well. So we have to wait and wait to work together to make this happen all at once.
Yeah, of course. There's always in the live streams here we show you guys things that we're working on, and sometimes we just show some things before they're finalized, before official announcements. But as you can imagine, the actual process would be whenever it takes a while to put something together. So if I'm sure some of you can understand how long and complicated the process is to get something done. So by the time you see the announcement, the official announcement on our social media, on our website, that was a complete, long process. And we work with Japan every step of the way. So they have to approve everything and just make sure it is as they want it to be, and they're fine with it before it actually goes live. So some of the stuff we show here is just work in progress, right? And the thing about work in progress is sometimes we actually want to show you guys what we're working on, but we have to be careful.
Yeah, we can't. We're
sometimes people will take that as this is an official announcement, and they'll go and start. And I remember there was a time this happened, and I can't remember what it was, and it just spread like.
Oh man! Sometimes we could get in trouble because we say too much.
So no, we do explain that if it's an official announcement on the live stream, we will tell you it's an official announcement. If anything else, we'll say, okay, we're still working on this. Now licenses. So just to go back to Blu-ray Anarchy, in terms of the studio, right? So he's talking about AM Studios. Now the licenses, there's a list of licenses being worked on. There's licenses that have been acquired that we're working on, and when we have something to say,
we will
say it. Yes, we will say it. But we have to have it official before we say something, as opposed to just here's. Because if we told you everything we're working on, we would be here all day. There's so many things.
Sometimes you guys read too much into my posts. So we have to be careful on how much we also tell you. So yes, work in progress things. One of the questions, Vert Greenheart attempted Super Pass. Okay, it's limited. Super Pass is limited, and once it sells out, and it usually does before the convention, it's closed. We do and cannot buy it at the convention.
Correct.
And I believe we do close it, and if we don't sell out, we still close it because we have to put it together. But we always sell out, so just FYI on that. It is limited in numbers because in terms of space, the orders that we put in ahead of time, for Super Pass goodie boxes and stuff, we have to limit it, and it is very special.
Yes.
Thank you, David. I know I love my Ava glasses. Still rocking my Ava glasses. Love it.
So there's still quite a few really big announcements coming, and we're almost done with everything, and we wanted to make sure that at least the big exhibitors were finalized, which they are, but they have to finalize their announcement visuals. So as soon as that's done, which I mean, this should have been done last week, right? but it's taking a little longer, and we keep pushing them, and this is why I would say probably by the end of this week the app will launch. So when it does launch, it'll launch with a whole bunch of information, and most importantly, the schedule.
Ashley loved the weekly streams. I think the teases are just enough to keep my excitement going, basically.
Yes.
I think we're the only convention that does these weekly streams. It's twice a week. We try to do our best to stay interactive with you and give you more details, and input from you is greatly appreciated. So feedback is great.
And speaking of feedback, what would you guys let me ask like this. Is there anything you guys would like to see, would like to do, like to experience at the convention that just let us know. What do you think that could make the convention better?
Even better
than it is. Your ideas,
we try.
Well, yeah.
Bonnie asks, do you have any concerns about securing visas for guests? Some cons have been struggling with that this year. We have no issues right now.
Yes. So, speaking of visas,
we're talking about performance visas for anyone that is on stage performing during a live show, like basically doing a live show for any event. You're supposed to, and they're coming from overseas. They have to have a visa, yes, a performance visa.
Correct. So we haven't had any problems with visas.
Ever.
For
performers.
For performers. There's a few things that we take into consideration. Besides the visas, all of our Japanese guests, we fly them straight to Houston. So their first point of entry into the United States is Houston. And this way, if there's any issues at the airport, we are here. We have the ANA team at the airport, just waiting on all the passengers, from Japan. And this is, we're partners, so it's a service they provide. So if there's any issues, they can just call us and they can just ask questions. They can, immigration can ask us questions, and we stand behind all our guests here in Houston. And for example, if let's say if their first point of entry into the United States was anywhere other than Houston, let's say like somewhere in California, usually like LA or San Francisco and whatnot. Now, if something happens over there, the reason why we don't like to take connecting flights and have them, one is they could miss their connecting flight, and if you're only here for like a few days, even one day is a big deal.
Right.
So that's number one. Number two is, in California, we that's not our city, so we don't know what's going on in the airport. If there's a problem there, they're probably not going to get in touch with us. Here in Houston, they know who we are. The immigration at the airport,
and also
all the officers.
The city of Houston, like the mayor's office, is on standby if we need help.
Correct. So, getting the visas on time and making Houston your first point of entry just sort of
Much
like
easier.
eliminates most of the problems and stress. Now, we're lucky enough that we have 2 direct flights from Tokyo, from Narita and Haneda to Houston. There's an ANA flight and there's a United flight. And believe it or not, These are the most expensive
Very expensive. We're not
flights
talking.
from Japan in the entire country.
Yeah, in
you
the
know,
entire country.
a direct flight from Tokyo to Houston is like $3,000, and then from Tokyo to LA is like
Half that.
half that, $1,500. How does that make sense? That's. I think we've talked about this before, but United and their their business ethics. That's a different story. But still, even the extra, it's worth paying the extra money just so we can sleep well. Right?
So we have peace of mind for our guests to arrive on time and safely. Yeah. Direct flights are always the best.
Yeah. So
So
Yeah, so-
we don't have issues with visas, nor do we have issues with getting our guests here.
yeah, and sometimes the visas for other performers, and we've spoken to performers that have been to other events, other concerts, and something happened, and they turned them back, and they wouldn't let them in and whatnot, and a lot of it when they didn't even have the performance visas to begin with. So if you are an event here in the United States and you invite a band, right, to come and perform, a Japanese band, if you don't get them visas, you run into the risk of them having issues at the airport, because if you're at the airport and you're trying to get in and they know that you're going to perform, they will ask you for a performance visa, and if you don't
Yes.
have that,
You're in trouble.
yeah, they might just turn you around. They might. I'm not saying they will, but they might. But if you have a performance visa, they'll probably just let you through. Now, performance visas are very expensive,
Very.
and you just cannot get them as you like for anyone. The requirements for the U.S. government is for anyone that gets a performance visa, you have to be world renowned. Like, you have to be known. So it's extremely hard to get a performance visa for a group that isn't popular. So
Indie group.
let's say an indie group, for example, you have to make a case that this group is popular enough to merit that performance visa, and they get to decide that, as in the government gets to decide that. So if they think, oh well, no, actually they're not popular enough, they just
You had to send all kinds of affidavits, information, articles, all kinds of stuff, just as part of the process to get it approved.
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah.
and
Anyway,
multiple routes we take, but normally we get it done, and then after that, once it's approved by our U.S. government, the Japanese guests or overseas guests have to go to their embassy, the embassy over there, for an interview, so that they can get that stamp on their passport, so that they can leave, with it. So it's a rigorous process. It takes a long time. It's very expensive. It's time consuming, and we get it done. So yes, we hopefully everything goes well and smooth for us, and we haven't had any issues from the beginning with performance visas for our guests. So
yes, I see everyone talking about LARP.
LARP.
Yes, LARP is fun. Do you guys LARP? How many people here LARP?
third floor.
Yeah, Daggerath. Yeah, that's on the third
Third floor of the George R. Brown, happening in the same area. Definitely, I haven't tried LARP, but I've spectated. I might get injured.
Injured.
I'm just
Oh.
clumsy that way with props. I've hurt myself, so I don't know. I don't hurt others, but I hurt myself. Oh my gosh. Yearly tradition. Great job, Big C.
Yeah, is Vic still going a part, or is it? Are you asking if Vic is a part of AM Studios? Yes. So he's
He'll be voicing
yes,
and probably directing some of it.
correct. That's right. Vic is a pretty talented guy.
Yes, very well rounded. And some kind of souvenir making would be cool. These are suggestions. There was also suggestions of like costumes at the convention to be sold. That is hard also, mind you, because I think vendors tend to not do costumes as much. Maybe like, cultural things or some cosplay pieces.
No souvenir making would be
But
cool.
costumes itself is always challenging because there's different sizes of you guys. There's a variety of different anime out there.
Well, she's saying so.
No,
Anne.
no, there's
oh.
other. It was a question before that.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So about cosplays at the convention.
Something wearable for our bags. Something like what? Like what are you referring to? Are you referring to like buttons or pins or
chains, keychains,
keychains?
things that attach to your bags. Is that what you're talking about? Dodgeball. Oh my gosh. I'll leave that to LARP people to take care of. Souvenir making, yeah, that would be kind of cool.
Yeah. Jude is asking, did you pick the people that applied first? Okay, so the cosplay contest isn't really first come first serve. I mean, sort of, I guess, but not so much. So it's
for a variety.
Yeah,
of things.
it's picked based on a variety of options
Criteria.
and criteria.
Advanced, not advanced. What kind of costume it is? Is it gonna suit kind of like the general like is it gonna be entertaining for the audience? Things like that.
Yeah, and if we have multiple
Entries.
for one particular cosplay, like instead of having 5 or 6 different decus, for example, right, we just pick one.
Yeah.
And sometimes the judges will email certain people and ask them questions, like a picture, ask them for some stuff or whatnot.
Right.
That's
So
the process.
it's not necessarily first come first serve because there's a variety of different things going on.
Yes. Pins. Okay, yearly pins. All
Oh,
right.
I see.
Okay.
Collectible stuff.
We'll make a note of that.
Okay, yeah. Every year, make it yearly tradition. Yes. There were some other questions. Other suggestions. Let me try. Pro wrestling. Big C is a big pro wrestling fan. I guess we could possibly have a space for that, but Common Rider representation. Common Rider has come back recently. It's just been pretty popular. Fighting game tournaments. We have had fighting game tournaments.
Something we can make ourselves. Of course, we would pay for it, but like a yearly pin, we can customize. Maybe I have no clue if that makes any sense. Okay, all right. So yeah, okay. Something. It's like a workshop. Something that can be done there. Okay. Makes sense.
The streams, and K-pop group. Tony, we know you. VTubers, Anime Koala suggested, like Face Connect VTuber. Concerts, yes. More cosplay outfits in accessory booths. Yeah, we try our best to make a variety for you. Have vendors come. Of course, they have a range of different things they bring each year. Sometimes they'll have the costumes, and sometimes they won't. They'll have the accessories, and then the next year they can't. So it's just, it varies year by year.
Leto, when you say fighting game tournaments, what games? What fighting games are you talking about? Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Smash. I'm saying this because we have tournaments. We haven't announced them yet, but we have tournaments. But any particular fighting game that you like more than the other ones?
The Moses Man, thank you for the J-Rock concerts. That's what I come for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bonnie, no. No ball pit. No.
No, no, we do not. That is something we absolutely X out. Arcade games, okay. Street Fighter 6 versus and Tekken's Ice Cold is saying. All right. J Smash, Alter SF6, Tekken 7. Okay. All your suggestions are always, appreciated.
Very appreciated.
We do our best to accommodate, and we do definitely listen to you guys. So, and sometimes we'll bring things that you guys haven't even seen before, so that you guys can try it. And so that's all part of the experience of, the convention itself. We test things out, and if it works or not, or if it's feasible to continue doing it, that's all on you guys. That's part of the experience that we want to give you, that give us the feedback for the future years of Anime Matsuri. More photo opportunities, may even be a place for photo ops and stuff like that. Rooms to take pictures, and thanks for that suggestions. That's actually been a variety of people have mentioned that. So I know we used to have the photo sets, and that was a big, cool photo sets. I mean, huge. But as the convention grew, we needed more space in our exhibit hall, and whatnot. So it's always a challenge to first of all put those together. And yes, we now put some of the photo opportunities in the hallways of the concourse area of the convention center. But I know what you're talking about, and we'll do our best to add more areas for you guys to take pictures with.
Yes, so
Scavenger hunt, RA, yes. We will have a scavenger hunt this
anime
year.
bingo. Yeah, that's cool. That's a cool idea.
That's a great idea. Anime bingo. We should do that. Someone get that going. We should absolutely do that. We'll be probably one of the bigger events that have that. But yeah, that would be cool. Yes, fan works like taking and showing fan art. That's what the artist alley's for. Big C. Do we fireworks? Yes. Last year and the previous year, we were supposed to have fireworks. Of course, it rained out on certain days. Not rain like heavy rain, but even if there's a little bit of rain, we can't do it. So yeah, we've had it set up, and we just couldn't put it out there. Yeah, we couldn't go.
These are some great ideas, and I made a lot of notes. Of course, we always appreciate your feedback. Yes, thank you so much for that. See, this is why we have these live streams. We can, we get to talk about all these things, and we, a lot of cool ideas for Anime Matsuri were born from this.
Yeah, I like the karaoke.
Conversation on stream. Somebody puts out a good idea, and then we do our best to make it happen.
Yeah, that's how the karaoke battle started too. I mean, we had karaoke for a couple years, and it was such a big hit, and now we have a karaoke battle. So it's a thing. I mean, we start with just some things like dancing and late night club atmosphere, and then hence Club AM. So all these things and have progressed over the years.
Yes.
And expanded quite a bit. Dunk tank outside the Tenjin Festival.
Dunk tank. Oh yeah.
That could be kind of cool. Your favorite voice actress or actor? Oh man.
Alrighty. All right, guys.
Question. Are there any more panel submissions allowed? Yes. I believe July 7th is the final deadline for that. I've already submitted. But yes, our team, our programming team has been also going through quite a bit of submissions. So give them time. It's until July 7th. Anime game shows like Press Your Luck, Jeopardy. These are all fan events that you guys absolutely can put together, and we always encourage that for panel submissions as well. So these are great ideas. Okay.
All right, guys.
We have
noted.
We have a
lot
lot
of the
to
ideas.
announce.
Yes.
Yet to announce, and stay tuned for more. And we always encourage you guys to please share the news and announcements as they come out, because it's a great way to just make sure that all the attendees and more people get to know what Japanese pop culture is about, what our event's about, and how they can experience it. And again, it's a great way to give more business to not just the vendors and artists that are participating this year, brings business to the city. And you guys should absolutely book your hotels through Anime Matsuri's website. The links there. This is all giving back to you too, because these rates are some of these hotel rates are half the price of what it's gonna be by the convention, and so we work really hard to book the block out the rooms for you. So please encourage others to come to the convention, but also stay for all these events and for the full weekend. It's so massive, all the things that you're going to be doing. And again, you're not going to be able to do everything, but the things you will be experiencing, I'm pretty sure you're going to enjoy. So it's a great way to stay for the weekend and try everything as much as possible, because it only happens once a year.
Yes.
And so we absolutely want to see you and experience all these cool things with you. The concerts, the convention exhibitor hall, the artist alley, the karaoke, all this programming that we have in store, Nerdlesque, cosplay contest, fashion show. I mean, there's so much to do. Sumo wrestling, okay? These are all major events that happen, and also really, a great way to just get with the fans, people of the same interests of you, get the cosplay together, and just enjoy for the weekend. A lot happens at Anime Matsuri. I can't even summarize it in one sentence.
Yes.
But stay tuned for more, and we're going to be announcing a lot this week, so make sure that you stay tuned with our social media as well at Anime Matsuri. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. The stream is a great way to interact with you. Thank you. And we really, really appreciate all the feedback and input during the stream. All right. Take care. We will see you Thursday for another stream. Always have a good night and stay nerdy, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.